I'm down in the southern area, south of the protest site near the Saladang area, which is where all of this started earlier this morning.
Okay, and what do you see going on there now, Paul?
Well, what's going on is beginning last night, the military, with police support, began to move out from the southern area towards the rally site, Raj Prasad stage, up both Rajdhani Road and Wireless Road, and retook, I'd say, about half a kilometer or a kilometer of territory on both those roads, as well as Lumpini Park, which is sandwiched in between the two roads. Lumpini Park was particularly important because that has been the area from which protesters have been launching grenade attacks, shootings, and all sorts of violence over the last couple of days. Since they've taken that spot, the military has sort of backed off a little bit, and I think it's because we hear from the commanders they want to do this methodically. They want to hold down the number of casualties. Plus, they're also worried a bit about moving too quick and pushing protesters out of the site and dispersing them into smaller groups that might spread out and cause violence in isolated areas across the city. So it's very much a methodical operation, going slowly, trying to hold the casualties down, and I expect it's going to last most of the day.
Yeah, that's the concern. What does the military need to do now, Paul? And you know that the United Nations has been very concerned about this very thing happening and encouraging the government to use restraints. Amnesty International has been critical of the government for using live ammunition in protest situations. The government has said, look, we've only fired when we've been fired on. But to minimize the casualties is no doubt the goal. What does the government need to do right now?
Well, the government is moving slowly and methodically, and at least saying that they're trying to minimize civilian casualties. They aren't entirely in control of that scenario because it depends upon what the civilians might do. Some of the civilians are armed. There has been, the Army is just not a force that is well suited to urban civil unrest situations. This Army has not been exposed to this in such a large scale. They're not very well trained in this area. And their equipment is more towards war fighting, not putting down a violent demonstration. So it's a bit of a blunt hammer being brought to bear on a situation that requires a bit more delicacy.